What brought me to Aurora College was really three things: friends, family, and the location, the community. So I grew up in Aurora and had several siblings that attended Aurora University, as well as an uncle. And it was just a natural hometown university, college at the time. So it was a nice fit. Now, having said that, I was what they call a commuter. There were folks that kids that lived on campus and kids that commuted. We had humble beginnings, our family. With 14 kids, my mother was a fairly young widow, so I had to work full-time to help support her and lived at home while I attended Aurora University. The piece that I liked about Aurora University to help me in my personal growth was the fact that it had some basic foundational Christian beliefs, combined with a university that looked at the whole person as an education. Granted, I was an accounting major, which is fairly narrow in scope in terms of numbers, but some of the most fun classes I recall were classes like sociology or psychology. And one that I'm very, very fond of was a teacher called Mrs. Wyatt. And Mrs. Wyatt taught advanced expository writing. She didn't teach there much, so she only had a couple classes that Mrs. Wyatt taught. But she helped me understand how to put my feelings into writing. It was a one course class, but I still think about when I write notes about how Mrs. Wyatt helped me to put my feelings on a piece of paper. Another professor that I enjoyed was Professor Dunham. I know he taught various classes in humanity, but he really helped bring so much to life. Or Professor Olenek, who taught sociology. As a business person, I still reflect back on some of the theories that he would espouse in the sociology area. So once again, the piece that Aurora University brought me was being a holistic, educated person. I recall Cal Myers taught a senior seminar. When you graduated, you always had to take a senior seminar class. And that senior seminar was really about, now what? Now what? You've got this thing called a college degree. Now what? What's expected of you as an individual? And what are you going to deliver to your family? What are you going to deliver to society? And that was a great, although a small course in terms of length of time. It was stimulating in terms of thinking about what it means to be an individual going out into the community with a college degree. I was able to use everything I learned at Aurora University in the business world because I deal with people. There's elements of sociology and psychology. Certainly accounting was an important part of running a business. And then you combine that with the overall economics and the business classes I attended. They were all very helpful. And quite frankly, I think Aurora University is such a huge component of the Aurora area. It's not a community college, but it's a university in the community. There's a distinct difference. It's an opportunity for folks that live locally to have a great education at a four-year institution.